Hello and welcome back to our cozy little corner of the internet. Today, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately: how to live a gentle life in a world that often feels very, very loud. Have you ever felt like everything is just too much? The constant notifications on your phone, the pressure to be productive every single second, the news cycle that never seems to stop. It can feel like we're being pulled in a million different directions, and our inner peace gets lost in all the noise. I've definitely felt that way. It's like trying to have a quiet conversation in the middle of a rock concert. So, what does it mean to live gently? For me, it's not about escaping the world or ignoring our responsibilities. For a long time, the very first thing I did when I woke up was grab my phone and start scrolling. I was immediately flooded with emails, headlines, and what everyone else was doing. It set a really frantic tone for the rest of my day. Now I try to give myself at least the first 30 minutes of the day phone-free. Instead, I'll make a cup of tea, stretch a little, or just sit by the window and watch the world wake up. It's amazing how this small change can shift your entire mindset. It's like starting your day with a deep, calming breath instead of a sudden jolt. Another key part of living gently is learning to say no. This one can be really tough, I know. We often feel obligated to say yes to every invitation, every request, every opportunity that comes our way. We worry about disappointing people or missing out. But our time and energy are finite resources. They're precious. Saying no to things that align with our values or that will leave us feeling drained is actually a way of saying yes to our own well-being. It's about creating space for the things that truly matter to us, whether that's spending time with loved ones, working on a passion project, or simply having a quiet evening to recharge. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. And let's talk about our physical environment. The space we live in has a huge impact on our mental state. You don't need to be a minimalist or have a perfectly decorated home, but creating a space that feels like a sanctuary can make a world of difference. For me, this means having soft lighting, lots of plants, and keeping surfaces relatively clear of clutter. When my home feels calm and organized, my mind tends to follow. It becomes a place where I can truly relax and let go of the stresses of the outside world. Think about what makes you feel cozy and at peace. Maybe it's a favorite blanket, the scent of a particular candle, or a comfortable chair where you can read. Intentionally bringing those elements into your home is a powerful act of gentleness. Living gently also extends to how we interact with others. In a world where online arguments and harsh judgments are common, choosing kindness is a radical act. It's about listening more than we speak, trying to understand different perspectives, and offering grace to people, including ourselves, when mistakes are made. It doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but it means approaching disagreements with respect rather than aggression. A gentle response can de-escalate a tense situation and foster connection instead of division. This applies to our internal dialogue too. How often do we speak to ourselves with a harsh, critical voice? Practicing self-compassion and treating ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a good friend is perhaps the most important part of a gentle life. Of course, this isn't about achieving some perfect state of zen all the time. Life is messy and unpredictable. There will still be loud, stressful days. There will be times when we feel overwhelmed and fall back into old habits, and that's okay. Living gently isn't about perfection, it's about intention. It's about consistently and kindly guiding ourselves back to a place of peace. It's the small, daily choices that add up over time. Choosing to take a walk instead of scrolling on social media. Choosing to listen to calming music on your commute. Choosing to forgive yourself for not being productive enough. One practical thing that has helped me immensely is curating my digital world. I unfollowed accounts that made me feel anxious or inadequate. I turned off most notifications. I set time limits on apps that I tend to get lost in. Our online world can be just as loud, if not louder, than the physical world. Taking control of what we consume online is like building a protective fence around our minds. We get to decide what we let in. We can choose to fill our feeds with inspiration, creativity, and positivity instead of anger and comparison. Think of it like tending to a garden. Your mind and your energy are the soil. The noise and demands of the world are like weeds that can quickly take over if you're not careful. Living gently is the act of mindfully tending to your garden. You pull out the weeds, you water the plants you want to grow, and you make sure it gets enough sunlight. It requires consistent, gentle effort, but the result is a beautiful, thriving space where you can flourish. So, I invite you to think about one small, gentle change you can make in your life this week. Maybe it's leaving your phone in another room for the first hour of your day. Maybe it's saying no to one small thing that you don't really want to do. Maybe it's buying a plant for your desk or lighting a candle in the evening. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. The most profound changes often start with the smallest steps. Living gently in a loud world is an ongoing practice, a quiet rebellion against the culture of more and faster. It's about choosing depth over breadth, connection over competition, and peace over productivity. It's about remembering that we are human beings, not human doings. And it's about creating a life that not only looks good on the outside, but feels good on the inside. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today.